Hi Cancer, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for a tarot and oracle card reading for all Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I absolutely love this card for you. This will be your theme for the reading today from the Moonology Manifestation Oracle card deck. You have the card of thriving, okay? It's just such a beautiful card, thriving, but what a great message too. So let us consult the tarot for a general reading and see what the cards want to tell you. What advice do you have for Cancer, please? What does Cancer need to know, please, for the best and highest good of all involved with Cancer? All right, so we'll lay out the cards here and then we'll close things off today with an Angel Answers Oracle card reading. You've got the Nine of Swords, needless worry. You've got thriving and change. You've got thriving twice. The Five of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Five, did I say the Five of Cups and then I pulled the Five of Cups? I meant Five of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Anyway, Eight of Wands and the Three of Wands. Well, I feel like you're making a change for the better, and there may be people around you who are rather disappointed. I just feel like you have an ending to chaos. You have healing and making decisions too that are much more balanced. I like this a lot for you. Okay, we have the energy of Sagittarius. We have all the elements, it appears. But I like this, okay? This is a new chapter that moves forward easily. So if something's been a bit stuck, if it's been a move that it's like, this will not go forward no matter what I try to do. I feel like you have something new coming in, or if it's a job, but I do feel like you're leaving some things behind. And I feel like it's going to create disappointment around you. Now, like we said, some of you, you've got needless worry. If you've been through a breakup, I also feel like you may have somebody coming in, a new person, and it's going to leave the old person in their tears of the puddles of their tears is how I hear it. But with this energy, this is also too what feels like you're in the right place at the right time. So it starts to look a little bit like luck. And you go, man, was that lucky? I can't believe that. But I do feel like it's more about your alignment and sort of breaking free of energy that weighs you down. Like this. Okay, this darkness in the card, this is contrast. And when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. There's the good news with that. And so I feel like, too, they're trying to tell you that you're protected. So whatever it is that feels like there's pressure about making a decision, or like, I have got to get this, especially, too, if it's something like unemployment, understanding that you are coming to bringing your life back into balance. So especially, too, if you've had to get some support from family members, or even if you've sold a place and you had to move in with someone temporarily and you go like, I thought I'd find a new place quickly, it's 6 months later, that sort of thing. I feel like it's that level of pressure where it feels like, okay, I have got to do something about this. Now, the good news about Temperance is you have that dawn of a new day showing up here, and it tells you that the path is not always straight. So those of you that say, yeah, this has been the most winding path I've ever been on in my life, and if it has to do with relationships as well, this brings life back into balance. Like I said, it's thriving and change, but it's also, too, a card that says you are being in flow, wearing the world like a loose-fitting garment, not getting too stressed out about one particular issue. And it's also, though, a reminder to stay the course where your morals are concerned. So I do feel like they're saying, there's something about this where perhaps it's taken a while to get a new opportunity because you're not willing to just settle. And I feel like they're saying you're going to be happier doing it that way. And so this Archangel Michael is known for protection and safety and security and helping you discover your life's purpose. So it's a wonderful card if you have been a bit flustered, you're not sure, uncertain. I feel like you have certainty coming in. Even if it's a relationship and you say, there's just something about this that does not work, or it didn't work for some reason. And even if you're saying, I really want reconciliation, I do feel like it's about recognizing what part of this, because this is the Archangel of repair, what part needs to be repaired. He repairs situations. This is like coming in to save the day. It's a wonderful card for you in this reading, because with the two fives are about change, and this one is so chaotic. So I do feel like you've been in the middle of a chaotic transition, and those of you too that literally sold a place and ended up temporarily, let's say homeless, shall we? It's like, oh my gosh, I never saw myself ending up like this. I do feel like it was more of perhaps the market or something like that that took a turn. Okay. And I mean that somewhat lightly. Those of you that sold a place and you could have gone out and done something else. You could have rented somewhere, but it seems like a bad idea, right? You go, I don't really want to get into that when I'm looking to buy another place, or I'm looking to, that sort of thing. I feel like whatever it was, it got complicated quickly. What seemed like was going to be straightforward and taking a leap of faith got pretty complicated with this. And I do feel like I heard somebody say, peace out. Like, I'm not going to be in the middle of this complicated stuff. And so, too, if it was a job as well, and you've had to sort of patchwork things together, if a job ended abruptly, and it really left you in that place of like, I do not know what I'm going to do now. And if it has been something like a landlord working with you on the rent, or something like a bank kind of working with you, and that has been something you had never thought you would end up in a situation like that, you've got a light at the end of the tunnel. There's no doubt about it. However, this reading too is about connecting yourself to source. And so with this, he keeps his toe. This archangel always stays connected to the seat of the soul, your pool of consciousness. So meditate, quiet the mind. And I know that can be difficult when there's stress on your shoulders. It can be difficult. You say, yeah, okay. I'll listen to the hum of the dryer as much as I can, but I just can't seem to calm down. I do feel like with this, it's whatever you can do just to get little snippets, even a minute, 2 minutes. It doesn't have to be for 20 or 30 minutes. It can be whatever you can manage. So I do feel like they're saying be in that place of connection with your source, because your source does not see these obstacles as endings at all. Your source just sees a path and keeps pushing you towards it. So you have a new opportunity. You have a message coming in here. This Knight of Cups for somebody here in love, it's going to be very romantic energy. And I do feel like you have, I heard a good faith effort. I do feel like if it's a relationship that has broken up, you do have somebody who comes back in a meaningful way, it is from the heart, in an honest way. This is a very innocent energy. This is not anybody trying to get one over on you. So I do feel like in terms of love, or even if it's something to do with a job, like I said, that good faith, there's something that they keep talking about, good faith. So I do feel like if someone has put out an offer and there's some worry about, oh my gosh, when is this going to get started? Or what if it's just leading me down a rabbit hole? I feel like somebody here has a lot of worry, and they're trying to say this is a big turning point for you. And it's really your time to thrive. And so the Ace of Pentacles delivers here. It is a long-lasting chapter. And like I said, it does feel like luck. So especially too with the energy of the repair here, this is new luck. It can be. And with the energy of Temperance, if it's something too that broke down and needed a part, and they're like, we don't have any parts, and you're like, no, please, this has to get fixed. I feel like somebody may uncover exactly what they need. It all works together. And so it's a card of abundance. It's allowing things to grow. And with this, it can also be, as far as your health is concerned, it can be a new chapter there too, if you've had some challenges there. But I do get it mainly with money in this reading. And so whatever it is, I feel like you're going to be kind of finding that new resources are coming your way. Where it felt like there was this darkness around you, you've got a light at the end of the tunnel saying, here, let me help you out here. Let me give you a hand up here. And if it is something with a job, I do feel like it's exactly what you need, the right amount of money, the right amount of compensation, in terms of insurance. And you might be saying, I don't even care about the time off. It's like, I'm just here to be working right now. And if it is something in terms of a job too, I feel like even if it's a rental, it's like the perfect amount of time so that you're not going to feel trapped in a situation that you weren't really anticipating. So that Five of Cups, somebody here, I feel like you're going to move on to some better things. I do get this a bit more in love, okay? If somebody in terms of a relationship that has broken up, I feel like this could be your ex, and they may come back around. I'm not going to rule that out, but I do feel like they've been down in the dumps for a while here and really looking at how things went wrong. And I hear them saying, how did we go wrong? That sort of thing where they never anticipated to have problems like perhaps the ones that have happened here. So with this Five of Cups, it is a change, but it's also looking at better times ahead. These two cups behind her, it's like, you who turn around, we need to go in this direction and go across the bridge. Let's leave this all behind. It didn't work for what it was. And so it's time to start a new beginning. And so I do feel like there's been disappointment around you, no doubt about it. But that Eight of Wands, you grab a hold of one of the end of those wands and let's take a ride, because with this, things take off and they take off quickly. So especially if you feel like you're at a brick wall, okay, not even a crossroads. You're like, okay, I do not know how I'm going to go over this thing. I do feel like you have information that comes and brings sweeping change. Brace for change, but remember how we said thriving in change? That is repeated in this energy, in this reading. So those of you that have a bit of a concern, I don't feel like you need to. I do feel like with this energy of the Eight of Wands, things are going to move and move quickly. So there's really no worries here. And so with this Three of Wands, the Three of Wands waits and he watches. He's not worried. So if you have been carrying a bit of burden or worry like we talked about, it's time to get light and easy about things. This is also to a return. If you feel like you know something is going to happen, I'm telling you, you do have an ex that wants to come back. Those of you that are asking about love. But I feel like you have somebody new coming in, so there's going to be competition, no doubt about it. And I feel like there's sort of a nod towards the new. That's how I get it with this. But this is unworried energy. And threes are about growth. They're about development. So the unfoldment of this is one that brings in power and excitement and the energy of passion into your life. It's not just settling. That's for darn sure. All right, so let's see here what the angels want to tell you, Cancer. All right. What advice do you have for Cancer, please? Messages, please, for Cancer. All right, you have here, it's up to you. So making moves, making gains, and moving forward. It all begins with your energy, though. So communicate clearly. So clear out your energy field. It's time for you to thrive. Remain positive, they say. You've got perfect timing, not surprised there. And you've got don't stop. Good things are on the way for you, Cancer. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.